Good day everyone, my name is Herlin de las Alas and I'm going to present what shell sort is or what the definition of shell sort. Shell sort is mainly a variation of insertion sort. In insertion sort, we move element only one position ahead. When an element has to be moved far ahead, many movements are involved. The idea of shell sort is to allow the exchange of far away items. Shell sort is a highly efficient sorting algorithm, and this is based on the insertion sort. This algorithm avoids large chips, as in case of insertion sort. If the smaller value of the far right and has to be moved to the far left. This algorithm uses insertion sort on the widely spaced element first to sort them and the less widely spaced element. This spacing is termed an interval, and the interval between the element is reduced based on the sequence used. Thank you.
Shell sort algorithm. Step 1, initialize the value of h na ibig sabihin ko is interval with initial of 1. Then, given po tayo dito na 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1, 8, and 3 na numbers. Meron po tayong 8 numbers. Then, proceed naman po tayo sa step 2. Step 2, divide the list into the small sub-list of equals interval of h. And kita po tayo dito na 8. Meron po tayo dito na 8 numbers which is 2, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1, 8, and 3. 8 numbers. Then, nakalagay po dito sa ating step 2 is divide into the list into a smaller sub-list of equal interval. Then, unahin po natin yung pinakamababa po. Then, which is 1. Sa 1 po is 1 divided sa 8 divided by 1 po is 8 pa din po. Then, proceed naman po tayo sa pangalawang numero. Then, ang sumunod naman po din is the number 2 po. Then, ito po. H is equals to kung ilan po yung ating given, which is 8. 8 and the second one is divided by 2 equals to 4. Then, pag nakuha na po natin yung ating H, proceed na po tayo sa step 3. Then, sa step 3 po. Step 3. Sort the sublist using the insertion. Dito po, makikita po natin na nakuha na po natin yung sa step 2 na H is 4. Then, magsisimula, ito po yung ating given. Then, magsisimula po tayo dito sa unang bilang, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yan. Pinagtugma ko po yung kulay para hindi po tayo malito. Yan. Then, kasi ganoon din po yung sa kabila. And ito, yung last. Then, ang gagawin naman po natin dito is simula po dito sa yung ating 2 and yung 4 sa H po natin ay titingnan po natin sa pakaliwa and sa pakanan. Kung mas malaki po ba or mas maliit. Simulan po natin sa 2 and 4. Mas maliit po yung 2 kaysa sa 4. Kaya same pa din po sila ng number. Ito po. Wala po tayong pabaguhin. Sa pangalawa naman po. Sa 7 and 1. Mas malaki po yung 7 kaysa sa 1. Kaya po ating po pagsuswapin. Pagpapalitin po natin. Lipat po natin. Ito po yung 1 and ito ay 7. Next naman po tayo sa 6 and 8. Mas malaki po yung 8 sa 6. Kaya sa given po natin is hindi po sila magsuswap. The next one naman po is 5 and 3. Mas malaki po yung 5 kaysa sa 3. Kaya magsuswap po tayo. Yan. Then, yun po. Next po tayo sa step 4 po. Yung repeat until complete the list is sorted. Then, kahit hindi na po yung apatan, pwede na po yung magkatabi. Ito and ito. mas malaki yung 1 or yung 2. Siyempre, mas malaki po yung 2. Then, pag suswapin po natin, 1 and 2. Next one naman po is yung 2 sa 6. Mas malaki po yung 6 kaya remain po siya dyan. Then 6 sa 3. Mas malaki po yung 6 sa 3 kaya papalit po tayo, swap. Ito po ang 6 and dito po yung 3. Next one naman po is 5 and 4. Mas malaki po yung 6. Swap po ulit tayo. Ito po ang 4. Dito po ang 6. Then 7 and 8. Then mas malaki yung 8. Then 8 and 5. Sa 8 and 5 naman po. Then 5 sa 8. Mas malaki po yung 8 kaya lilipat po natin. Then 8, dito ang 5, dito ang 8. 8. 7 and 5. Mas malaki pa din po yung 7 kaysa sa 5. Suswap po tayo. 7 and sa kasundan po is 6 and 5. Mas malaki po yung ating 6 kaysa sa 5. Papalit po lang natin. Palit natin 5 and dito ang 6. Yun po. Tabi-tabi lang po. Then pag swap lang po tayo hanggang sa mag-ascending po yung ating shell sort lang.
Let's now move to the pseudocode of shell sort. First, rearrange element at each. N equals divided by 2, N equals divided by 4, N equals divided by 8, and so on intervals. Class sorting, void sorting. Initialize int array int n. For the first loop, for int interval equals n divided by 2, interval greater than 0, and divide interval by 2. And now for the second loop. For int I equals interval I less than n, I increment 1. Select value to be inserted, initialize. Int temp equals array I, which is the interval. Int j. And now for the third loop. For j is equal to I, j greater than equal interval and array. J minus interval greater than temp, j decrement interval, array j is equal to array j minus interval. Then insert the number at the whole position. Array j equals temp
Hello everyone, today we are going to make the shell sort using C# at Visual Studio. For our program, we fill the array we created with random numbers from 0 to 49. Then we go to the main part of creating the sort. It is coefficient for swapping elements, which shell sort works by. It will happen until the k is larger or equal than 1. In each interaction, she'll divide the k, so we created a for loop which will compare elements by their coefficient. Then let's test sort.
Hello everyone, today we are going to make the shell sort.
With improved average time complexity, it is very efficient algorithm for medium-sized arrays. In terms of shell sort, meron siyang average time complexity na tinatawag. Ibig sabihin, average meron itong tamang bilis at time complexity naman ay ang amount of time na tinitake ng isang algorithm para mag-run. Dahil nga sa average time complexity ng shell sort, mas naging efficient itong gamitin sa mga medium array size. Next, it is better than insertion and 5 times faster than bubble sort. Bakit ito naging better sa insertion sort? Dahil ang shell sort ay ang improved algorithm ng insertion sort at ito ang mga bases niya. Kaya naman mas efficient itong gamitin dahil ito nga ay improved at upgraded version ng insertion sort at 5 times pa itong mas mabilis sa bubble sort. It is because ang bubble sort naman ay di ganun kabilis at kaya lang nitong mag-move ng item by one position. Unlike sa shell sort, kaya nitong i-relocate ang kahit anong item sa kahit anong position, just swapping places. Dahil alam na natin ang mga advantage ng shell sort, I will also explain the disadvantages of shell sort. The main disadvantage of shell sort is that it has a complex algorithm. Other sorting techniques like merge sort, quick sort, and heap sort prove to be more efficient than shell sort. As the size of the array becomes larger, its performance also decreases. Ang main disadvantage ng shell sort is that ito ay napakakomplikadong gamitin other than sa ibang sorting techniques like merge sort, quick sort, at heap sort na mas madaling gamitin kesa sa shell sort. At sa shell sort, habang lumalaki ang size ng array, mas bumababa ang performance ng shell sort.
History of shell sort. The shell sort, also known as shell sort or shell method, is named after its inventor, Donald Shell, who published the algorithm in 1959. Shell sort is a sequence of interleaved insertion sort based on an increment sequence. The increment size is reduced after each pass until the increment size is 1.
Trivia of shell sort. That the other name for shell sort algorithm is diminishing decrement sort, as the distance between comparison decreases as the algorithm runs under the last phase. It is invented by Donald L. Shell in the year 1959, about 2 years before quicksort. It is an expansion of infamous bubble sort, but rather than merely comparing and exchanging cells that are immediately adjacent when necessary, it uses an increment sequence to compare and exchange results that are farther away to sort the array. It is extensively used because it reduces the number of movements required when performing insertion sort on a partially sorted array, which reduces the time complexity.